Minecraft developer Mojang attempts to stop server operators profiting from gameplay-enhancing donations. Let me know how you feel in the comments below, but first, my opinion. I'm Tarmack, and this is Feature Creep. The Minecraft explosion has resulted in a number of very edgy business practices, one of which Mojang objects to. They have said that while you can charge outright for access to a Minecraft server, what you're not allowed to do is let people donate money in exchange for special in-game perks. Minecraft server operators have for quite some time now been offering all kinds of in-game specific rewards under the misleading guise of donations. A user could donate at various thresholds, anywhere from a few dollars to a few $100s. Each threshold would grant them certain perks, things like priority server queues, items, weapons, buffs, potions, console commands, cosmetic alterations, minigame specific rewards, and the list goes on and on. Mojang has had to deal with the customer service complaints from the community and, of course, parents who have had their payment details liberated by an overenthusiastic child in the household, and as such, Mojang kind of gets left holding the bag. It is worth noting that the language preventing this has been in the EULA for a long time, just unenforced. They did specify that you could charge for server access, but not specific in-game benefits, which in theory makes all players equal on the server. This also prevents people from getting that free-to-play experience before deciding if they like a server, however that causes its own problems. While I'm not sure how Mojang intends to actually enforce it now, I think it's a much more grand mistake, and I'll do my best to explain why. Running a Minecraft server is expensive, very expensive. We're not talking about people hosting a server for a handful of friends that's only up occasionally. Rather, these 100 concurrent or 1,000 concurrent player servers require dedicated hardware, often running in your standard cooled server room hosted off-site. Hundreds and thousands of dollars a month in expenditure hosting this kind of gear and protecting it from little DDoS script kiddies who got banned from your server. That doesn't count the hours upon hours it takes to admin larger scale operations like this. Now, I know that there will be the detractors who say that you shouldn't be making money building these kinds of servers, but the fact of the matter is, if you put in hobbyist hours, you're going to get a hobbyist product. If you want a really great server that allows for tons of people, it's going to have real world costs in both money and time. From there, you have the practical side of why a free server is beneficial to the player. Minecraft, just like many home server multiplayer games before it, such as Neverwinter Nights for example, has a huge variety in the quality and style of places for people to play. But unless they can try it for free, many servers will just never get any players. And that's not necessarily for lack of quality, rather it's how communities are formed. Even the try before you buy option prevents people who have no income to spare from playing these servers at all. So the suggestion from Notch via Twitter that server operators can only charge an outright access fee, not optional donations related to the gameplay, is a method that simply won't work. It kills these small, innovative servers before they even have a chance to start. As a server operator, the only possible option then is open donation with nothing attached. Unfortunately, this also results in far fewer donations than would otherwise be received. Not every server out there is making money hand over fist. In fact, most of them won't be. Simple logistics and economics. You have to remember that these angel investor types who donate large sums of money to a server in exchange for extra gameplay material are the ones who are subsidizing all of the free players who have absolutely no intention of ever donating a dime. Mojang has missed this nugget of intricacy in their critique of the server operators, and when you start getting to the point of having a few hundred concurrent people on your server, it very quickly turns into a full-time job. Now, that's not to say that the server operators aren't ever in the wrong as well. For starters, they deliberately are operating in a market with a very young, usually financially uneducated demographic. Kids are easy to convince that buying extra nonsense is good because, frankly, most young people have a very poor understanding of the time value of money. They're also claiming that this nonsense is donation-based. Per stock standard definitions, a donation is given without a product or service being provided in return. When you have a required donation tier in order to get certain perks or abilities, what you have engaged in is called a sale. Ultimately, as far as I'm concerned, this is a poor move on the part of Mojang. It's going to reduce the number of mid-sized Minecraft servers and, as a logical extension, reduce the number of players. Maybe someone like Woody's Gamertag can afford to lock off a server via outright access fees, but most places don't have the luxury of a community of that size. It's an exertion of control that was unnecessary and potentially damaging to the player base. To say that more than a minority of servers were engaging in abusive behavior is a mistake, and you should never make a policy decision that negatively affects a large number based on the mistakes of the few. Where do you stand on the Minecraft server issue? Drop me a line in the comments below. Thanks for watching. That's all I have to say. Tarmack out.